Alright YouTubers, what's going on? We're doing another watch review for you today. We've got it right here in this pretty generic box. That's what it comes in. But here is the watch, and trying to get some of that glare off of there. It's got an anti-reflective coating, but it's still picking up some glare from the camera. So this is a Ticino pilot watch. So let's go over the specs. We'll take it out of this, see if we can get it to there we go. No glare there. So it comes in this box. Comes with this Ticino International Guarantee card, and has all my stuff on there, serial number, all that stuff. So these do have a warranty on them. I bought this watch through Sizzlin Watches. I do recommend that vendor. They're very quick shipping, very quick to get you a tracking number, and as far as I know, they're the only U.S. distributor for this brand. This is a brand made overseas. If you go to their website, it says they're made in Asia. It doesn't really specify where in Asia. So let's go over the specs a little bit. Now you can see here it's got a NATO band on it. It actually comes with a leather band, and it's actually a pretty nice leather band. Nice white stitching on there. Some rivets there for a little extra decor. And it's got a clasp system, not like a, more like a diving watch would have on like a stainless steel bracelet. I wasn't a huge fan of this system actually, but I typically throw my watches on NATO straps of some sort, whether it be leather or nylon or whatever. But so I quickly ditched that strap, but it's a good quality strap. It's not a bad quality strap. It just has this interesting clasping mechanism here. It doesn't really, for me, work well with leather. It work well with a bracelet, but not so much with leather. So let's go over the specs real quick. This is has a Citizen Miyota 8215 movement. It's actually a really good movement. I've had it in some other watches. Quite a few manufacturers use that. It has a 45-hour power reserve, and it has hand winding. So it's not like a Seiko Monster or a Seiko like SK007 or 9 that's a self-winding. It's actually manual wind, and you just kind of, when the crown's closed, you just kind of wind it, and you might be able to hear that. So you just wind it up and you're good to go. It also winds with you wearing it. So it's nice to have that feature. That's a nice little extra feature, especially in this price range. It's got a 44mm case. It's 48mm measuring with a crown. So it's a good size watch. And we'll do a wrist shot here for you, so you can see what it looks like on my wrist. I have about a 7¼ inch wrist, just over 7 inches, and it's pretty perfect for my wrist anyway. Smaller, I don't know if you want to go this big. I really like this size though. Okay, there's a wrist shot for you. So you can see here on my size wrist. Pull up my shirt a little bit. There we go. Fits nicely. Looks really handsome, attractive, and it's not too big. Take it off the wrist for the rest of this review. So it does have a this watch, let me just talk about the price a little bit and why this is such a, actually we'll get to that at the end, because this is an incredible value for a watch in my opinion. So it has a 20mm lugs. I would have liked to see 22mm lugs, but it works. So 20mm lugs. It has a sapphire crystal with an inner anti-reflective coating. It has a screw-down crown and Swiss C1 Superluminova. Now, like I said, it's made in Asia somewhere. Didn't really specify where. And it is water resistant to 10 ATM. So it is, it's not a dive watch at all. It's a pilot watch, but it's, it is water resistant. So the movement is, let's talk a little bit more about that Miyota movement. It's 21 joules, and it beats about 21,600 beats per hour per minute. That'd be crazy. Beats per hour. So it's got a good speed. You can see here it's not as sweeping as some automatics is, but it's a really good movement. They also offer the same watch though in a Miyota 9015 movement, which is an upgraded that gives you hand winding and hacking secondhand. So if you want to spend, like, I think it's about $40 more, maybe $50 more, you can get this same watch with that movement. So some people may want to go that route if they want a little bit more robust movement. Now the 8215 is a very good movement. It's very robust. It's very durable. It's been used, like I said, in quite a few watches. So it's not like it's a bad movement at all. But the 9015 is a little bit nicer because it does have the hacking second hand, which it's nice to have, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So So let's go ahead and look at the lume on this. It's really got good lume. It's like I said, Swiss C1 Superluminova, and I'm just going to charge it up a little bit with my flashlight here, so you can kind of get a good idea of what it looks like. And then we're going to go ahead and, I mean, look at that. You can see that already, and it's bright. It's bright in here. So there's a nice lume shot for you. You can see how nicely that glows. It's got really nice green lume, and it lasts a good amount of time. So it's got really great lume for a watch. That's one of my pet peeves on some watch reviews and watch videos and stuff, and they just don't talk about the lume. For me, that's important. You know, that's something I want in a watch. So it glows really green, nice and bright. Very similar to my Meritac mid pilot that I had. Very, very similar. One thing that I really like about this one, oh man, I was hoping I'd get this done without my furnace kicking on, but there it goes. It's about 20 degrees today, so that's going to probably happen. Is I really dig the blue hands on this. It's got luminescent hands, but it's also got this nice blue outline on the minute and second hands. And it's actually kind of, oh there you go, we picked it up a lot better there. You can see that blue. And it's got a little bit on the second hand as well. I meant the hour and minute hands, excuse me, as well as in the second hand. So I really like that feature. It adds a nice pop. It's a nice color. It's a pretty basic face. It's very, very a good homage to the classic pilot watches. If you look at like a Leica who made, or Laco, who made like some of the original pilot watches they have similar faces to this. And this watch actually compares pretty well to those. They do have a Laco with the exact same movement, the 8215, but it's about double the cost. Now they are made in Germany versus overseas, but they do also have sapphire crystals, same movement. So I mean, this watch to me is an exceptional value because this one comes in at $139.99 from Sizzling Watches. So it's a really inexpensive watch for that kind of movement, for a sapphire crystal, you know, for a nice, great lume like that. I think it's extremely good value. And I've been wearing this for a few weeks now, off and on, but it has kept really good time. I haven't really gained much more than a few seconds of time. It's been pretty spot on. And I find that 45-hour power reserve to be pretty accurate. I didn't wear it for a couple days, and it was still going strong. So, and of course you can just, you know, wind it a little bit here and there to give it a little more power reserve. So if you don't wear it daily, like I don't really wear the same watch every day, kind of a watch enthusiast, so you know that's why I switch them out pretty much every day. But this has a pretty good power reserve. So for me it's a really exceptional value for a pilot watch if you're looking for a nice pilot. Like I said, the Leica or Laco is gonna, you know, for an automatic is gonna cost you over $300, and the Meritac, which is a very similar watch to this, which uses a very similar movement, it's the 8245, but it also doesn't have the hacking second hand. And it has a similar power reserve and beats per minute, or beats per hour. It's about 309. So this to me is, I think, the best value in a pilot watch. You may look at maybe the the Orient Flight is another good one. If you're, which is made in Japan. They're about the same price, about $130, but they don't have hand winding movement. It is just a non-hand winding movement. So this is a bit of an upgrade, and those also do not have a sapphire crystal. So when you take those things into consideration, this really is the best value out there in a pilot watch. Reviews online, if you go on the Watch You Seek forums, are very positive for the Ticino brand. Like I said, I've only had it for a few weeks, but like I said, it's kept good time. It's been no problems at all to speak of. And you know, I've had some recent experience with another boutique brand, we'll call it, that you know, I've had to send 2 watches back. So this was a nice surprise because it's, you know, inexpensive, but it's got quality materials. It's really hard to get a sapphire crystal for under $300. I mean, I can't think of one. So off the top of my head, so you get a sapphire crystal, you get a hand wind movement, and you get some really good lume, all for $140. So it's an exceptional value, and I highly recommend you picking one up. Like I said, it looks good on this. This is an OD green NATO. I have a leather NATO. It looks excellent on. You can use the standard strap if you'd like. If you don't like NATO straps and you want to, you know, roll something like this. For me, the OD green was like a really good match to a pilot watch. Just kind of that military styling OD green. I think this is one of the better bands I've put on this watch. I did like the leather one as well. It's pretty handsome. So that's going to wrap up this watch review. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next video.